Hey, Short.
What's happening there?
I haven't seen you in how long?
It's been a few years, but even in that brief moment in the few years, it's been a few years before that, and then a few, like it's been a while.
A little while,
It's been a while,
right?
yeah.
Over the years, and whenever we hung out, we always had a lot of fun. And I would, remember one time I went to BB King's here in LA once, and I walked in, and you were like, "Hey, meet me at BB King's." I'm like, "No problem, that's fine."
Yeah.
I get to BB King's, and there's like 20 women around you.
Yeah, I remember.
And there were all these women, and I guess that's what one would, expect. I was kind of shocked. I don't know why. I was naive in my younger years, but also, even though there was always, and you've always been surrounded by a bunch of women, I never felt a part of that group, and I never felt either displaced or disrespected, which I think some people might find. I don't know if I don't think that what I've found in you ever fit with your persona.
Well, that's not how I roll. See, I do something for a living.
Right.
I portray a character called Too Short, and I do it very well. So when I'm not working, which is, I consider work on stage, I consider work in the studio when I'm making a song and I'm in the character Too Short and I'm talking that shit, that's work. So if you see me, whether I love to hang out with women or it looks like he's a pimp, what kind of car I drive, how I'm dressed, whatever it looks like, you always gonna get me. When I'm not working, it's just me. So I'm not really a rude person. So therefore, people always, when they find out that's missing, they're like, "Oh man, this is so different." But that's, I'm just saying, it's a lot of fucking people who have these really nice public images who are really fucking rude.
You always had that vibe where whenever I went out with you, I would see, the women always want to be around you. And the men didn't want to get too close. So they would always be like, "I love you too, Short," and then they like back the fuck up, like, because there's this respect. There's this like.
Plus, I like hanging around females, and I think guys know that. It's like that guy is in his element when he's just sitting there with like 3 chicks, 5 chicks, 8 chicks, him and his boy, whatever. And I'm not really those dudes who hang in a gang and then push the bitches back.
Right.
That shit. I see that
those
shit.
Those woman haters. LA has a lot of those.
I don't know what you would call it, but I see a lot of that where you have a visual point. So everybody's hanging, and you have a point where you see the crowd, you receiving it, and it looks good when it's like guys and girls and mixing and mingling. But in these situations, we have these crews of guys who push the bitches either to the side or the back, and they stand in the viewpoint. So then when you're on the other side looking at them, it's like, dude, it don't even look right. You're supposed to have some chicks in between y'all. Everybody's dancing, so it's a dude behind you, a dude in front of you, and all y'all dancing, and you don't even realize you trying to let the light hit you, but it's not hitting you right. I'm just saying that. I come from a gang of dudes. We go to a party. We've like 30 deep, 40 deep, and the first thing we do at the party is go our separate ways. And then if you see like a scuffle, you look to see, is that one of my guys? And then you'll see like when my guys get into it. I'm talking back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
You would see motherfuckers coming from everywhere to handle the situation. We didn't stand in a mob and try to be intimidating because everybody wanted to fuck with the bitches. So.
Well, things are different. So, and especially here, things are way different. So, especially here in LA, there's this thing where I feel like some men really don't like women, sexually or otherwise, because they treat women really, really poorly, and they cling. So it's always a sword fight.
I have a different theory.
In their VIP section.
I have a different theory.
Tell me your theory.
These men love women. It's just, I gotta take a little blame for it. I mean, I think it's sort of like the environment that was created, somewhat related to hip hop, but also very related to the visuals that they get from movies and stuff, and just even the Hollywood images of the actors and stuff off screen. You know what I mean? Athletes, everything. We're all in this thing where you kind of like bitch, suck my dick, and you feel entitled to say that shit. And then she goes, "I ain't gonna suck." You're like, "All right then, bitch." Like, you just keep pushing.
That's kind of your fault. It's a little bit your fault.
I said I was a part of it, but I don't want it to fall on hip hop though, because it's pop culture. all the way around.
Okay.
It's the movies, it's non-urban, it's everything. Okay. That same attitude.
I'll give you that now, but for this particular genre, and because hip hop went through a lot of different stages. It was a very conscious stage, where, from where it began. From when we start with even as far back as Grandmaster Flash to even going into the mid 90s with Nas and If I Rule the World, and then there was even Lauryn Hill, and she was amazing for the women, and Latifah, amazing for the women, all this empowerment, and then it hit a place where it was literally bitch suck my dick.
It's not just urban though.
And then women did it too with Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim came out like nigga suck my dick, like suck my pussy, she it changed.
I think it's entertaining myself if you in certain instances because in my case, it was always real players. It's kind of funny at times. In other people's case, it's like, it makes you feel good, want to party and stuff while you listen to these misogynist records. It's good at times.
Okay, and misogyny is good at times.
I've always personally felt like, yeah, Lil' Kim said what she said, but we get these records where women step into sexuality and empower them, my neck, my back. You know what I'm saying? And these records go huge.
It is empowering.
But women, I've even tried to not make somebody be something that they're not, but I've tried to find that person who was comfortable, a female, who was comfortable rapping or R&B or something in the studio, letting me lead her in the directions of these kind of songs where I think a woman should be at. And they're like, and women say, I don't want to sing that shit.
You make a really good point, because what we consider misogyny, that bitch suck my dick, when a woman flips that on you, we call it empowering. So I would imagine that for men, it's as empowering as it is for women. Never thought of that before. And so what do you think it is when you're writing for women or you're a leading artist in a particular place and they don't want to go there? Do you think that's because they're afraid of social backlash? What do you think that's about?
Well, funny part is the same person who's saying I'm not going there 9 times out of 10 with me is like a sexy ass stripper I met somewhere that says I can flow, and then she starts flowing. I'm like, damn, if you do that shit naked, we'll sell 1 million records. And like, I'm not rapping with my clothes on. You're in the fucking club naked right now. Like it's, I can't find that person.
It's kind of like your Instagram is private, but your pussy is public.
Yeah, and then the chick who wants to do it right now, she's listening right now, going, I'm the bitch to do it. But she ain't the one. She's not the one with the magic flow, maybe.
Right.
She might not be the one with the look, maybe. She just got the drive and the and the wheel.
Right. So what you're saying is that the complete package of the empowering, the sex positive.
Lil' Kim to the next level.
Right.
Nicki Minaj to the next level.
The sex positive female artist is hard to find with the entire package: the look, the sound, and the gumption to, as you say,
go all the way,
go all the way.
Yeah, just the same way, the exact opposite of misogyny, just female misogyny. I don't know what the word for it is.
How do you think men feel about women to the point where they feel they need to speak this way about us, to empower yourselves sexually in such a way, to have power over us in such a way?
I'm learning
throughout
my adult life that this tug of war, this male-female thing we go back and forth with is, I think as a man, I'm almost as oblivious to the bottom line as I was as a kid, because it's like, guys, are we constantly trying to convince you that all this stuff you're doing all over here, all this trying to bring it in and make it make sense, it's just a little boy playing with his toys, man growing up and jacking off his fucking dick or something. It's just the dick. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there going,
just a dick.
I'm dealing with all this shit in conference rooms. I'm going to these fucking meetings. I'm going to goddamn fucking studio sessions. I gotta master the record. I gotta fucking deal with this artist, that artist, and then I'm over here. It's just me and my dick. I'm doing dick shit.
I can't.
So you got all this life shit, but then when it gets to the dick, whether I'm in love and it's her dick and we're doing this shit, or if I'm just trying to hit that, and that, it's still just the fucking dick.
Gucci's absolutely the boogeyman of hip hop. Like, it's just certain individuals, you just know that at any given moment, it could go left.
Right.
Gucci's one of them. T.I.'s one of them. I told y'all that before. I don't know why y'all keep acting like T.I. ain't Gucci level crazy. Maybe
T.I. is Gucci level crazy.
Gucci might be T.I. level crazy.
You mean to tell me that if I
walked up to your mother right in front of you and shot her in the face.
Yeah.
And then I left the country and you can't get to me. You wouldn't tell the police.
Hell no, where your mama stay at?